Good day. Thank you for joining me for an Atari 8-bit gameplay video. Today I've got for you the classic game River Raid, programmed by Carol Shaw and published by Activision. The title screen here says that it's copyright 1982 and 1983. I think I actually played this primarily on the Atari 2600. So you have the option of, oh, interesting, bridge 5, 1, 5, 20, or 50. Alright. And the option does exactly select an option, do exactly the same thing. Alright, well, let's give this a go. Pretty simple gameplay concept. You're flying down a river valley. You can't go outside the river valley, or if you do, you crash into the wall. Trying to shoot everything except the fuel. Well, you can shoot the fuel for points, but you need to keep a pretty steady supply of fuel in order to... It runs down fairly quickly. Oh! Wow. Okay, not good at all. You can fly faster or slower by pulling down or pushing up on the stick, respectively. You can hold down for auto fire. And the game does throw some additional gameplay elements at you as you progress further into it, which hopefully you'll get to see a little bit of here. Like if you hit a bridge with a tank on it, then you destroy the bridge and the tank, so that's... I wasn't paying attention. I think you get more points for that. At some point the tanks actually start to shoot at you, so the game gets a lot more frenetic and finicky with the river valley narrowing as you go, or at least has narrower stretches to it. And I think ultimately further into the game it gets a lot narrower. So yeah, there you go. Now the graphics here are nothing spectacular, basic but effective. Not that, well, maybe I'm misremembering. I was going to say not that different than the 2600. I'll have to fire that up and compare it. But I definitely played this on the 2600. Also known as the VCS. Here we go. New element. Jets, I guess, or planes. No. Yeah, planes. Some nice color gradients in the sprites. You see the planes have sort of a blue-green thing going on. The helicopters are green and blue. The balloons obviously are rainbow. These ships and helicopters and things move more the further you get in. Probably they speed up later, although I'm not sure about that part. I don't know if I ever got far enough to find out. Ooh, accuracy counts at least a little bit. The bullets they follow your ship after you fire them, your plane after you fire them, so that's something you can steer them into the bad guys a little bit if you're skilled enough to do that. Here we have the tanks shooting at you now, or shooting in general. They don't really aim. They just kind of shoot straight out. Do 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 do. That's a sound effect that's from, or at least similar to one from another game. Do 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 do. Or maybe I'm just thinking it's the same as part of a tune. Ooh, well, that I'll just randomly smack into the side of the river valley. That seems like a good idea. Can you tell how many planes you have left? I think maybe that's the plane in the bottom there. Come on then. So I think I didn't think to check my score, but I think that that little tune was getting an extra man at the 10,000 mark. Extra player. I keep saying man because that's the terminology we used back then, but it's not a man in any real sense of the word, it's a plane in this game. Here we have some nice narrow river sections. Try not to get hit by the boats, the ships. Oh, it would have been good to get that plane. Ooh. Now, that's a little tricky. Managed it. Good for me. So far the tanks, and maybe that's just all they ever do, is just one shot range or pattern. Got that tank. That was pretty much off the bridge. I didn't think I was going to get him. So obviously getting the various... Oh, almost out of fuel. Not paying much attention. That's something you got to be careful of, especially later on. Lots of fuel things early on. Uh-oh, I'm gonna run out. Shooting helicopters just in time for me to run out of fuel, so either one was gonna do me in. Yes, the fuel becomes a much more valuable commodity further on. And so, when you have a chance, try not to shoot the fuel depots and try to fill up. Everything moves now. Oh no! I did get an extra plane there, so that was nice. You can hear me clacking away on my analog stick, which isn't strictly necessary, but apparently I lack the finesse to just move it a little bit. Bridge 15, alright. Doing a little better than I expected, actually. Oh, lots of fuel here. Probably lull you into a false sense of security. Give you 43 fuel depots at the beginning of the level. Alright, that's one to avoid, eh? Rapid fire helicopter. And, oh, I'm done. Alrighty. So what do I think of that? It's a pretty good game, actually. You know, it's not sophisticated by any kind of current standards, but simplistic gameplay, but it ramps up in difficulty and it adds gameplay elements steadily. I don't know Bridge 16. I don't recall how far I might have gotten in this game. Probably further than this, because I do have memories of playing this a fair bit, but I think it continues to add gameplay elements. I'm not sure what might come next. Maybe that was it. Obviously the river valleys get to be a little more challenging. The enemies add behaviors and movements and things like that. Actually, since you can skip ahead to Bridge 20, let's take a look at what that is like. And depending on how this goes, maybe I'll bounce ahead to Bridge 50, which was the next jump you could take. Ooh, really narrow. You're okay on the brown, but if you touch the green, you're done. Stay away from those guys. So no new gameplay elements, at least not to this point. Just more of the more baddies, more movement, more firing. Although having more enemies does give more opportunities for points. So there's a balance, there's a trade-off there, obviously. fuel on this level. I haven't really been trying to watch the score jumps for the different types of enemies. I think they're probably worth more based on their sophistication. So far probably the shooting helicopters would be the most valuable. Well, actually, blow my own horn a little bit here. I'm doing alright. Oh, except for the lack of fuel. There we go. Okay, I didn't fill up. Okay, there's another one. Oh. Of course, if you smack into the side of the river valley, you're a little hard to refuel. Ooh, tricky. Darn blarn it. Bridge 24, and I'm on my last plane. So... tricky, 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 tricky. Alright, this is probably not going to last very long. Let's bounce up to Bridge 50. Oh my, look at this. Oh boy. Touchy. Touchy. Could have used some fuel there, but oh boy. Yeah, whatever you do, don't give me any fuel. Oh no! Oh no, I was too busy shooting to get... Oh man. Weak sauce. Alright, well. You got to Bridge 52 at least. That might be the end of it for me though. Lots of enemies. And shoot the fuel. Good news. Alright, let's at least pick up this one. Was that fuel that I just destroyed, or was that a balloon? Okay, fuel over here. Fuel me up, fuel depots. Wow, talent. Look at that. The enemy explosions are actually kind of neat. If you look at them, they're sort of a vapor in the same color scheme as the bad guys. Nice effect. Oh, don't hit the fuel. Well, it steered straight into the wall again. Now look at that. Narrow, narrow, narrow. Can I get that fuel? Just a smidge. Yeah, whatever you do, don't shoot the helicopter. Okay, alright. Look at the talent there. Excellent. Pretty fun game. Basic, but you know, when they ramp up in difficulty like that and gradually add elements, that's a hallmark of a good game. Obviously there's more to it, you know, playability and controllability and all the rest of that. However, good fun. I recommend that one, so give it a go. I think that's all I have to say about that. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.